Hello everyone, welcome back to PM Academy. Today's topic is Cbse Term 2 exam, its strategy and how to score 90%. Dear students, already admit card has been issued to all the standard 10 Cbse students all over India, and this time it is not the MCQ pattern, it is pen and paper mode, means you have to write the answers. So question answer methods, subjective methods you can say. So students should be very careful. Besides also, earlier exam, in the term 1 exam, it was a self-center. Now this time another center the student has to appear the exam. That means not is the own school and another school has been selected at the center. So students should be very careful while appearing the exams. They have to, and dear students, you have to read the instructions very carefully, and also you have to know certain the tips before appearing this the exam, because dear students, this the during this the pandemic, this the 2 year gap, it has already taken away your the writing skills. Everything was online, objective mode question answers patterns. Some cases that examination could not be conducted and it was promoted on the pandemic grounds. So many reasons are there in the many things happened during these the 2 years. Now dear students, when this the exam is to be conducted 27th of the April, this month, only 5 days remains. So certain rules you have to be very careful, and if you know the strategy, then you can easily score the 90%. So today I am going to discuss about that things only. Very first thing is, and you know that in the CBSE exams, 15 minutes, very first point is that 15 minutes time is given to you to read the questions. Now dear students, see, this the 15 minutes is very vital. Why? Because you are given the time not to write anything, to read the questions, and this within this the 15 minutes you read the questions again and again, try to understand, then make a confident that, and make plan that actual how you can write the answers, and make you prepare that actual which questions you can attempt first, where you are the confident of, and then the next, then next. In this way you can attempt the questions. This the 15 minutes is very vital, and you have not to waste a single minute of these 15 minutes, and you have to read the carefully the questions, and within the 15 minutes you can make up your the mind how to write the answers. Is the strategy 1. Second, dear students, second strategy is that actual as the 5 days remains in the hand, there must be handy notes, means actual very notes in very shortcut methods. You can just go through the important points of the questions, because you during the exam times you cannot cover up all the chapters in details. Certain handy notes must be there, and you can go through during the exam times. Then third point is that make a proper timetable. Why I am telling you actual dear students, now this the when the second term is also conducted, so specific time limit is also given to you, at least the 4-5 days, minimum 3 to 4 days or 5 days gap is there. So you can also prepare, you can means actual manage the proper timing of this the gap, because you can completely focus on a particular subject where you are going to appear after 2 or the 3 or the 4 days. So means actual you can make a proper timetable how to manage that the 3 or the 4 days gap. This is also one of the important strategy for you the exam. Then next strategy, dear students, that is the fourth one. Don't skip any chapter. Try to cover up all the chapters. Suppose you are finding any other difficult chapters, you try to understand actual what is the theme of that chapter, what is the main characters or the essence or the features of that chapter. Don't avoid, and also try to attempt all the questions. Try to attempt all the questions. Don't also miss any of the questions, because there is no negative marking. So you can attempt all the questions. Then fifth thing is that you must be positive. Don't be negative. Don't be fickle in the exam. Don't be frightened, because you take the casually, just like what the Prime Minister told, just like a festival, exam like a festival. So be positive and don't be frightened, don't be panic, and don't pickle yourself. So that is very important during the exam time. Then time management during the exam, that is very vital. Sixth point is the time management during the exam, because time limit 40 questions, 2 hours is given. You have to manage the timing, and always keep in mind that actually you have to keep 15 minutes in your the hand for the revision. Means you can attempt all the questions 1 hour 45 minutes. You try to finish 1 hour 45 minutes and keep 15 minutes in your the hand for the revision, because revision can help you to correct some of the errors. That means that can help you to score the better marks. Then seventh strategy is that you must have solved the sample papers and the practice papers, and because sufficient gap is given between the two papers, you suppose if you are thinking that some important may be, so you can go through that sample papers, because already you have done it. You can go through if you think that some important is there, or the sample paper or the practice papers. So you can just take a glance of sample papers and the practice papers what you have solved earlier. Then next one is take a sound sleep, because dear students, if you are taking a sound sleep before the exam, you can attempt all the questions very perfectly. If you are taking the sleep properly, so that means you will not find any difficulty during the exam. Then another step is that, dear students, take proper diet. Don't take any of the junk foods. Don't take any fast foods, junk foods, spicy items during the exam time, because also this is exam is to be conducted in the April and May. It is temperature will be around 40 to 45. So you take the sufficient waters. You will not find any thirst, and you will not find any the dehydrations. Then you avoid the junk food, spicy foods, because in the summer time and temperature is around 40 to 45 almost every parts of India. So in this case, dear students, what happens? So you can attempt the questions, or your body can, you, that means you can maintain your the health properly, and when the health is perfect, you can also attempt all the questions, because you will not be mentally disturbed. Then, dear students, next last one is that actuals, while attempting the questions, when the paper is there, the actual total the first to last papers, dear students, don't be mingle with many of the friends, don't believe the gossips, don't go through the social medias and all these things, because a lot of fake news also comes. Don't distract yourself from the studies. Don't use the excessive mobile phones, internets. Don't also watch the, what I want to tell, social medias, because a lot of misinformation, wrong information comes. So you should not be, because you are the child, actual only the, you the child at the age of 16 and 17, you cannot take a decision what it is, whether it is right or the wrong. So don't believe the social media, don't look at the social medias during the exam time. These are the tips for your before your the exam. If you maintain these the tips, believe these the tips, then you can easily score the 90%, dear students. And be a subscriber if you are fast viewers, like my channel, share my channel, and for your exam point of view, dear students, to you all, best of your luck to all the students. Thank you. Thank you today, dear students.